Hello, I wanted to show you today a beautiful crochet stitch that looks just like a knitted rib stitch. Look at this beautiful ribbing that we've got going here. It's nice and stretchy. It's got this beautiful ribbing on one side, and the other side has a ribbing as well, just a little further apart. Makes for a beautiful versatile stitch you'll want to use again and again. Here I made this beautiful hat with this exact stitch. Just a beautiful ribbing hat, but it's a crochet stitch. So let me tell you how to do this exact stitch. Hello, this is Jacqueline from Jack Knits, where I do instructional videos all about knitting and crocheting, and today we're doing this beautiful crocheted ribbing stitch. So to start with this stitch, we're just going to do start with a foundational chain. This particular stitch is only a 2-row repeat, and it only uses 2 different stitches. And chances are you probably know how to do at least one of them, or probably even both of them. They're both very simple to do. So let me just make a little chain here and we can get started on our little swatch. Okay, this is a good enough little size chain here. We are going to start our very first row in our second stitch from the hook. And we are going to be using a stitch called the yarn over slip stitch, and it's exactly the way it's done exactly the way the name says. It's a slip stitch, but you start with a yarn over. So let's start with a yarn over and then insert our hook into the second chain from the hook. Bring that yarn through that stitch, and now just continue to bring the hook through the rest of the loops on the hook. So that is a yarn over slip stitch. Let's do it again. Yarn over, let's go into that next stitch, insert your hook, grab that yarn, bring it through, and then just continue to bring it through the rest of the hooks on your needle. Yarn over, insert it, grab it, bring it through, bring it through. Yarn over, insert it, bring it through, bring it through. Let me do this to the end of this row, and then we'll move on to the very first row of our 2-row repeat. Here's my last stitch for this yarn over slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, here's the start of our 2-row repeat. Our first row is actually going to be just slip stitches all the way down, but we are going to be doing a slip stitch through the back loop only. So again, we're not starting with this chain of our chain 1 turn. We are going into this next stitch, but instead of inserting your hook through both of the legs of a stitch like this, we are going to be inserting our hook only through the back loop. So go right in the center of that stitch and go through the back loop of that stitch. Grab that yarn, bring it through, and bring it through the loop on your hook. That is a slip stitch through the back loop. Let's do it again. Through the back loop, grab that yarn, bring it through, bring it through. Back loop, grab the yarn, bring it through, bring it through. So simple slip stitch, but we're going through that back loop only. And we're going to do this to the end of row number 1. Here's our last stitch. You can see that it's a last stitch because it's kind of capped by a little loop there. That's our last stitch for the yarn or slip stitch through the back loop. Okay, that was row number 1. Now let's chain 1, turn, and do row number 2. Now we're going to go back to that yarn over slip stitch again, but we also for this are going to only go through the back loop only. So let's not go with our chain here, but go on the next stitch. Let's do a yarn over, go through the back loop only, so not the full legs, but just through the back loop. Pick up that yarn, bring it through, and bring it through the rest of the yarn on our hook, okay? So yarn over, back loop only, bring it through, and continue to bring it through the next 2 loops on our hook. So it's basically a slip stitch, but you're starting with a yarn over. Let's make sure we grab that last stitch of our row. And that's what we're looking at so far. You can see the nice ribbing starting to take effect. Let me work ahead a little bit. We're going to start again now by doing that row 1 again, where we are, I chained 1, we're turning, and now we're going to do that slip stitch through the back loop again through the end of this row. So we're just repeating rows 1 and 2, slip stitch through the back loop on row 1, and then a yarn over slip stitch through the back loop on row number 2. Just keep repeating row 1 and row 2. All right, here I have several rows in on this beautiful crochet ribbing stitch. Isn't it just lovely? It's so stretchy, and it just makes for a perfect ribbing if you just want to do the ribbing of a hat and then continue on with another stitch, or like I have done here, create the whole hat out of this beautiful ribbing stitch. Very simple to do, as you saw here. Hope you give this a try, or I'd love to hear about what fun projects you made with this beautiful crochet ribbing stitch. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe or give me a thumbs up if you like this video. You'll receive notifications of future videos all about crocheting and also knitting as well. Thanks so much for your attention. Have a great day.